afternoon. Good afternoon, Thomas. I'm fine.
Hi, Thomas. Good, thank you.
Yeah, we can see you, Thomas. You good, yeah? Yeah, I'm alright, thanks.
Alright.
Hi there. Good to see you. Yeah, fine, thanks. Just waiting for it to go to retrace at the moment. Yep.
Yeah.
And we are on the YouTube live stream. How is everyone in the YouTube?
Hello.
Muhammad, how are you? Your mic is on. Okay, I think I'm just gonna mute Muhammad.
Hey Thomas, how are you?
Hey Pinkesh, good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
How is gold
I'm
trading
struggling.
in?
Yeah, I'm struggling today. Yesterday was a good day, but I'm struggling today. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's common that before we have a big event like the CPI data release, that the market is moving sideways. You know, it's a bit wobbly. Price action is difficult to read, so it's absolutely fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, but even I think this this CPI is going to be a little bit different than the previous one. I mean, last month we cashed quite a few pips. It was quite good. So let me just pull up my CPI chart. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Yeah, so this was the last CPI reading, which was live streamed to the members, and we did catch this nice big push to the upside. How many pips was it? So we're good. I think it's around 200 I pulled out because I ended the stream and I closed the positions, but it went a little bit higher. So overall, the last CPI push was 500 pips, which I didn't take profit all the way up, maybe half. So last time the CPI reading was higher than expected. The only difference that time, so it pushed gold price in the direction we wanted to, because every trader, I mean most of the retail traders, they were shorting because, you know, the CPI is a dollar positive news. So whoever was watching the DXY index, they got burnt really, really badly, because inflation data is, yes, dollar positive, but come on, gold doesn't care about the dollar strength. It cares mainly about monetary policy and inflation, which is the derivation of inflation. And what changed since that is we had Jay Powell's renomination or re-election, and as soon as he was re-elected, he changed his stance on inflation completely and the general strategy of the central bank. And he said, like, we need to tackle inflation, it cannot go any higher. And you know, they admitted finally that inflation is not transitory, which you know, it was time, because that inflationary communication was just ridiculous. And this time the CPI is a little bit different, because on one hand we have, you know, CPI data, inflation data should push gold higher, because the higher the inflation, gold price should follow, because gold is an inflation hedging asset. But on the other hand, we also have the Fed waiting for the CPI news, because the communication was that, you know, if inflation is going higher and higher and going to stay with us, they're eagerly waiting for the bullish reading so they can slap down inflation, which means that they're going to have a justification to increase the tapering, i.e. the withdrawing of the money supply, quicker than they forecasted. The current rate is at 15 billion a month, which would take about 8 months to withdraw all the quantitative easing pumped into the economy, so i.e. the money supply. It would take 8 months, but because inflation is so high, now they're expecting, or they want to speed up the tapering, i.e. they want to pull out money quicker from the market. So this leaves us with a really controversy, or, you know, conflicting bias. On the one hand, inflation pushing gold higher up. On the other hand, we know that Fed is waiting to slap inflation down. So what do you guys make out of this?
Goes back to Chasset.
So, Thomas, this CPI data is going to be today, and the Fed meeting is going to be on 15th, if I remember correctly. So we
Yes.
still have 5 days to go.
भाई हिसाब से कुछ Chasset के लिए.
Moharan, can you please mute your mic if you're not speaking? Yes, Pinkesh.
Yeah, so we still have 5 days to go for the Fed decision. So today's price reaction and Fed's decision on going to be on 15 is not going to be priced in today.
Yeah,
in
but
the gold, right?
Do we know the Fed decision?
No, obviously
We do.
not. But
I mean, they did. We don't know the amount which they're going to increase tapering, i.e. how much money they're going to add to the current withdrawing of the money supply. But we know that they're going to definitely speed up, because you know, inflation is starting to be a real problem, and even President Joe Biden has admitted that yes, we need to do something with inflation. The problem with today's inflation data release is that the decrease of fuel cost and anything that the government did in order to reduce inflation is not going to appear in today's inflation data, because inflation data is backwards looking, meaning that they looking at past historical collected data.
right.
But so anything they did in order to reduce inflation is not going to be represented. It doesn't mean inflation cannot be lower than expected, but we'll see. It's going to be definitely an interesting one.
Hi Thomas. Hi Thomas. This is Alok here. Alok Kumar. Yeah, this prices are going up now, so this is preparing for a drop, right?
I can't tell you that, because that really depends on
The news, right.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, anything could happen. That's why I always advise, if you not familiar with you know, trading on high impact news, or actually I'm going to delete the second position, because we're getting close to the inflation data release, so I don't want to give any false signals. So we have this current position since yesterday, But anyway, going back to your question, we don't know what is the data going to be. Even if the data is positive, we don't know what is the reaction of the market going to be, because I mentioned that we have conflicting biases. On one hand, we have inflation, which should push gold higher. On the other hand, we know exactly that if we get the high inflation data, that is going to be fuel to the fire, because the Fed is eagerly waiting for the high inflation data to justify the withdrawal, the increased withdrawal of the money supply from the economy. So it's going to be interesting one. Muhammad, I'm going to put you out in the waiting room if you can't mute your mic. Thank you.
Thomas, in some news I read 6 banks in USA, they estimate number is between 6.6% and 7%.
It's big, it's freaking huge, which means, you know, we have to choose between, and even, sorry, I was listening to Bloomberg this morning and everyone's expecting 6.8 current inflation data, which is much, much higher than expected. How is the market going to react? I don't know. Looking at the technicals, it's really bearish now, but high inflation data could easily push gold to the upside. But then the market will realize that, okay, high inflation isn't going to stay with us, because that means high inflation equals to elevated or quicker tapering.
Hi, Thomas.
Pascal.
Yeah, this is a difficult one, I find, because it's in the middle. It's like on a road, on a split road, where it can go both ways.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember you wasn't a member, but we had the flash crash right from this level all the way down to here, and you know, current price level is sitting not exactly the mean. It pushed a little bit higher now, but you know, it's close to no man's land.
I was in a little buy, but I stepped out with a small loss, and now it's already. I would have been in profit, but I was a little bit afraid. I say if it goes more, I hope that it would already have been there, but I didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah, I mean, because we have so conflicting biases, you know, best to stay out.
Yeah.
Or you can bet. It's not a financial advice. You can bet whether which one is going to be stronger. The usual inflation caused spike if inflation is high, or market participants come to a sense and realize that, okay, high inflation means quicker withdrawal of money from the markets, which means it's deflationary for gold.
That's really a tricky one. Generally, what I see with previous big news events, NFPs or especially CPIs, is that when it's already dropping, that mainly it continues with the drop. And on the day itself, so this morning it didn't really moved, only started moving upwards. It has been more downward than upwards. But we had also, what is that, the wedge to the upward move?
Which one?
The last one now, this morning, was a, how do you call that, falling wedge?
Oh yeah, like this one.
No, the last part, today, just from today, from yesterday. Today. Yeah, this one, I can see it. Yeah, and then underneath.
Like this.
Draw it parallel with the line above.
Like this?
I drew it parallel with the upper line.
Ah, okay. So you draw a channel.
Yeah. And it did match.
Like this?
Yeah, and you can draw it more, yeah, to the above. You have another where it connects.
Ah, okay. I like this channel. It's very good. It's a very good channel, Pascal.
So that, if I see this, then that would mean it should go up because that move is to the downside.
Oh, like a bullish flag, you mean?
Yeah, that's a bullish flag.
Thomas, you know, if you have a look at the 1 hour,
Yeah.
it looks like it might be setting up for inverse head and shoulders.
Like this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna push to the upside and then back.
Come down and then boom.
Yeah, you know, it could be anything. It could be.
Behave. You're a serious.
I
So
can see
Thomas, I was in the
boobies as well.
conference a few days ago, and someone hacked the Zoom, and they did the same. And there's some really bad words. They hacked the Zoom room, and they were writing very bad stuff. And the funny thing was, this was in the place where I was the only one with a different country, and all guys probably suspecting that was me, but it wasn't me.
Oh, I know it wasn't you, it was me. I admit I was the one who drew a massive penis on the screen, which it was like this. A small penis. Anyway, guys, enough of the kidding and the joking. We are here to do serious business, so please stop it. Yeah?
Sure.
No kidding.
Okay.
We're here to learn.
I got my sell limit.
You have your sell limit, Hari.
Yeah.
From where?
776.
76.
Yeah.
Are you following this down channel as well? Pascal's channel?
No, I threw in the group. I have through and group.
Okay, let me have a look in the group. No,
Go
probably,
viral,
yeah.
Pascal.
What do you say, Raoul?
You go viral. Whole YouTube sees it's Pascal's channel now.
It was early this morning
Yeah.
for me. My dog had to go to the hairdresser.
It's a lucky dog.
Yeah, he's nice now.
Is a King Chevalier?
Yeah.
King Charles Cavalier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those dogs.
I
Yeah,
think
he-
the price
he-
will go again 1790.
Oh, you missed the sell limit again.
Yeah.
Well, you know, tomorrow there's gonna be. To be honest, when the market normalizes, there will be cleaner opportunities, much better opportunities. Because when there is a big news on the market, price could easily trick people. Even I get conflicting biases and ideas. So this was the original cell, and I deleted the second one. Oh, where is it? Let me go back. Yeah, that was the second one. So you see price whiplashes. How many dollars? How many pips? You know, 37 pips pushed to the upside to trick everyone. I mean, this is exactly why I don't like to trade around high impact news, because you have to have a stop loss which can survive these kind of whiplashes, and this wasn't even big.
Thomas, as Pascal said, when the price touch trend line, immediately price go down in the channel.
In Pascal's channel, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Pascal's channel is really strong. Let me redraw it. I think it was this, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Hermetias plays in the YouTube just asking, are you going to listen to CPI data or you just talk about lines? Yeah, we're going to talk about lines for the rest of the day.
It might be significant, lines.
Yeah, never know. You know, all I'm doing, guys, is I'm just drawing lines. You have to remember, all I do, my job is drawing lines. So sometimes
these lines depend your loss or your win.
yeah, but
If
how
you're on
many
the
of
wrong
you?
line,
Yeah, but how many of you profited off my lines so far?
yeah. Last week was very good.
Yeah.
This week also, beginning of this week.
Hey, Michael, are you in the Zoom chat? In the Zoom call? Yes, you are. I can see you. Turn your mic on.
Michael's a little bit shy.
Yeah, he is.
Five minutes.
Oh shit! I didn't realize.
4 minutes.
Pablo, I just sent you the Zoom link again. If you have a microphone, you can join the Zoom conversation. So, if I had to take side, people asking what's my opinion about gold. Last month, what we did is we went on long on gold because CPI data was better than expected, and despite the US dollar positive news, we went long on gold. So, but this month is a little bit different because we have conflicting data. Yes, we're going to have a high CPI reading, but on the other hand, the Fed is eagerly waiting to slap it down with increased tapering. That's what they announced in the latest statement. Jay Powell and the Fed, everyone communicated that they would be happy to see elevated inflation data because that would justify and the reasoning for increased tapering. So in my opinion, this is going to go push down the gold as opposed to the last month. But I'm interested to hear your opinion.
I think there might be, a correction that we will have a first move to the wrong side, and then it will correct itself. Because the first move will be opinion, fear, not really knowing, and then the real thing will start.
Yeah. Buy the rumors, sell the fact. Typical scenario.
Indeed.
And most people will go so wrong because even the I don't know which part the market is going to take, but this isn't a normal CPI reading because we know exactly that the Fed is waiting for CPI for a high reading. So, and gold is heavily concerned about monetary policy, which is derived this time from inflation data.
think as Pascal said, I think the tapering is probably will have the biggest effect, or the oncoming tapering will have the biggest effect on gold. But I suspect it'll initially go up. Yeah, I suspect there'll be a move upwards, and then it will take over. The real move will then happen. But that's just like
we already had a move up, so could it be?
What's possible?
Tapering should be good for gold, normally.
It depends on the current situation. What is the monetary policy? What is the inflation? Thanks, Norman. We'll see, but I'm still bearish on gold, even though inflation data could mean that most of the people will going for buy, but I'm going to stick to this sell position I have. And we have 189 people watching the YouTube stream. Say hi to YouTube people.
Hi, YouTuber Alpha.
Thomas, there's 62 Zoom.
Hi,
sorry? 60 what?
62 persons in the Zoom also.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it is a record. And CPI data, what was it? We had, as exactly I said, 6.8%. Exactly what I said.
So should we sell or hold?
I can't give you any financial advice, and I express my opinion that we have conflict in data. I would go for a sell if I was to trade.
Yes.
I'm already in a sell position.
Yes.
But you have to be really careful because this is strong inflation data. So you have to accept the higher stop loss. And, you know, market participants easily can push it higher, but my bias is heavy sell because inflation data, you know, the Fed is waiting for high inflation data. Yes, some people asking in YouTube that is Pascal Dutch and Raoul Dutch. Yes, Raoul is Dutch. Pascal, you from
Belgium.
Belgium.
We're neighbors.
It's the province of Holland.
But now we see a lot of Dutchmen coming to Belgium because in the Netherlands the COVID rules are much more severe than we at this moment.
That's why I'm in Sweden.
You don't have any rules.
We don't even have a lockdown.
Yeah, I also said now we had in Belgium they told it was improving, but they just severed the rules last week. So in 1 week it cannot be better. So I'm wondering if these rules really help. It's getting up.
So some Wolfman asked, why don't you comment on the CPI data? I did comment on the CPI data. It's 6.8. We know exactly that the CPI is strong. I told you that is going to be 6.8. So my opinion is that yes, it's high inflation data, but the Fed clearly communicated that they are going to tackle the high inflation, so they're going to slap it down. Is the high inflation data consistently or long-term going to move gold market? I don't think so, because the Fed is going to do something about inflation. So that's why I trade different to what I traded last time. Last time we went long on strong inflation data, but this time, you know, I went the opposite direction. Which probably inflation bulls are going to win in this case.
Pero lo de aquí, no te cuento los centavos. Ah, ya, entonces te quieres volver para abajo, entonces. Ya está, caído. Debe corregir.
Amos, you should look at US wine.
If looking only to the wedge, it should go up, huh?
Yeah, gold is rising. I mean, data was positive for the inflation. So even if it hits my stop loss, it's fine because I only raised 0.5% on this trade. And it already broke the channel. So most likely is going to go higher. And
According to news, it should go up or down.
sorry?
According to the news, it should go up or down.
Well, it's clearly going up because inflation data was...
Seminar, kind of. Jesus, 81.
I couldn't hear you because always you repeat and repeat, turn off the mic, but unfortunately some people they don't care and we waste our time only.
Oh yeah, so based on the inflation data, which was 6.8, so it's much higher than the previous one, so the reading was quite higher. So that is bullish for gold. But my bias was this time that because it was bullish for gold and the Fed clearly communicated that they're going to tackle inflation, so they were waiting for this bullish inflation data in order to increase the level of tapering. So what I'm waiting is gold to drop because there's going to be an increased or quicker tapering. So they're going to withdraw money much quicker from the market. They're going to slap down and try to contain inflation.
Thank you.
That's why I said in the Telegram that, where was it? That be careful today because I have conflicting bias. So even I don't know what's going to happen. Is the inflation bulls going to win, or the more conservative and you know, the smart money who knows exactly and trade exactly I do with economics and fundamentals? They know exactly that, you know, the Fed is waiting for the high inflation data, so they are going to increase the tapering, i.e. withdrawing money much quicker from the market. Charlie asking, they can't really contain inflation, right? In a way they can. So what they do, they have several options to tackle inflation. The hardest is increasing interest rate, which is a really hardcore way to tackle inflation. And the other one, which is softer, is tapering, i.e. withdrawing and reducing the money supply in the economy. So what it does, they reducing the money supply by increasing tapering. That is the softer way of controlling inflation. I'm just going to delete this.
I think it will go up. I'm not sure, but if I'm looking right now, that can change, eh? To the actual currency heat wave, it's the dollar is 1.71, so that's quite weak. But it's getting 1.71, 1.82, increasing.
You know, I'm still bearish on gold. I mean,
186. If we look only to the technicals,
let me just put my Fibonacci.
Go up. The retest
on the technicals, no,
up.
And not in my opinion. So if you put the stop loss, if we enter the current market level, which is 1781, or a little bit lower like this, I mean, this is where I think gold will head down. You can see that even the bulls are not too strong because we know exactly what the Fed is going to do. It's common sense, but you know, the market doesn't care about common sense sometimes. It cares about, you know, money, and we'll see.
I'm also on sell, so it's going good, I feel.
You know, guys, it can go either ways based on my, you know, educated guess.
Yeah, right.
So what I did is I took into consideration, yes, inflation moves gold up, but not this time, because we know that the Fed is waiting and they're going to clamp down on inflation. They're going to decrease the money supply in the economy, which is going to be bad for gold.
Thomas, what target we should expect? Like, of course, I'm going with your view, and
my target was 1751, and I'm still eyeballing 1751.
Oh, wow.
So now it's just a wait and see game. Jali from YouTube says that tapering faster won't temper inflation. No, but they're talking about bringing rate hike forward, which will definitely temper inflation. And you know, why do you saying that tapering will not reduce money supply? No, they have 8 months now to reduce the current quantitative easing, the money which is added to the economy. I love that, you know, suddenly so many economists and you know, professional traders appeared on YouTube. You guys in any open positions in the Zoom?
I'm on
Yeah, I did.
I'm on sell.
I'm on sell.
Oh God.
I've sort of been in and out a little bit. I had some ones earlier when it went down. I closed it and then went in higher.
What's up, Benson? You raised your hand.
ये बात तुम्हें सही वक्त पर कहूंगा।
Okay, let me get something. Where did you guys enter for the sell?
80.
80.
Mine is
80 and a half.
Mine is 1781.4. Almost 5.4.
It's a good entry.
Yeah,
It's a very good entry.
that's right.
I got in at 1780.14. Can you hear me, Thomas?
Yes, I can hear you now, Benson.
Okay, great. I have an entry at 1780.4 and another at 1777.81. Yes. So hopefully it will work out.
Yeah, we'll see.
I enter at 1775. Hello. Hello, Thomas. Can you hear me?
Hey, Bachis. Yes, I can.
Hey, Euro USD is moving now to our direction.
Your mic is really bad. So I'm reading the YouTube chat. Charlie and Jamun Xerxes has some really good comments about why, reducing or increasing the tapering won't reduce inflation. But it's a bit more complex than that, because it's an indirect way to say that the Fed is doing this for a reason, and it's a controlled and scripted way of combating inflation, because it's going to directly affect the firm's balance sheet. If they have a business loan or they have any capital loan out, the interest rate is going to increase, which in fact are going to affect the economy in an indirect way. So it's a bit more complex just to say that 0.5% interest rate isn't going to affect inflation. Yes, it will affect inflation, but in an indirect way. So the whole thing is in order to, so back when we had the crisis, they wanted to motivate the savers to spend more money. But by increasing the inflation, increasing the interest rates, what they want to achieve is they want to motivate the money to save up more money to put it into the bank account. And it's going to affect the whole lending circle and the whole money supply in the overall economy, because it's not my or your pocket that they want to stimulate. It's the businesses, the banks and the big firms who have capital expenditure liabilities and all those things. That's how they want to affect the whole money supply in the economy. I hope it was clear.
I already moved my stop loss in profit. To break even.
Me too.
Are you in a sell too, Raul?
Yes.
What's your bias or your analysis?
I think that we have some liquidity around 70, 72. We have to fill still on the small time frames.
Yeah, I think what we see now is market participants, suddenly realize that, okay, we have inflation. We had inflation last month as well. Inflation is not going to go away, but what we're going to have is inflation is going to stay with us. Yes, it's good for gold, but also on the other hand, we have elevated Fed actions, and the whole strategy is now placed around reducing inflation, tackle inflation in a harder way. And my bias is purely speculative, because I'm betting against the usual inflation-induced gold spike, because the Fed clearly communicated that that's exactly what they were waiting for, the 6.8% year-on-year inflation increase, and that gives them the green light to speed up operations, and also Biden is going to support anything that the central bank does, because inflation is getting a real problem in the US economy. Therefore, the monetary policy and the Fed has the full support of the government. It usually is the other way around, because politicians, you know, they want to see low interest rates and not high interest rates. But now, because inflation is getting a real problem, becoming a real problem, now they agreed that yes, inflation is a problem, but we need to do something against it.
I'm almost out. Raul, where did you get in?
1781.
So you cut base like on the floor, or you use a sawhorse? Like the.
You know, I think if, even though, you know, this was one of the highest inflation reading for a while, and even though it was significant compared to, you know, 6.2, so it's a big increase, and I think the effect, it was really muted if you look at the inflation bulls.
I wish it can just flush down to 1781. I mean 1751 straight away, and then let's just get out and call it a day.
Yeah, you know, it's usually high impact news are not the days where you should make money if you haven't made money in the rest of the year.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's purely for the pleasure of the viewers to stream, you know, the live stream, the CPI news, and trying to translate it, in my opinion, in my view, trying to put it out there. You know, one day I'm right, next day I'm wrong. One day I'm wrong, next day I'm right. So I think the most important is how to give critical feedback in a professional way, because all of us have different opinions. And I read many shit in today in the Telegram chat when I posted a clear explanation about, let me show you. So I posted, I'll show you which one I posted. Yes, so in the Telegram, I posted a clear explanation about what do I expect from the CPI, what is the CPI, what they tell you, what you should really do about, and what's the important part. So it was my translation about the inflation data and how you should trade it. You know, last month it was we cashed about 250 pips. This month I changed my stance and approached CPI data trading from a different perspective, and I got so much shit, even though I posted you know, clear explanation backed up with statistics, with numbers, with technical analysis. So I think, you know, if you give a feedback, do it in a professional way and be nice to others. And that's the, I'm posting it in the YouTube chat. Shorkan, you can share your opinion. Do you have a microphone?
Hello Thomas, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I couldn't join the last few streams, I was busy. Unfortunately, I'm a cardiologist also. Okay, so if you can allow me, can I share my chart?
You can, but only in the Zoom, I think. But sure, you can.
I just need your opinion about what I'm planning right now. May I please?
Yes, you can.
Okay. No, I'm not allowed.
Hold on.
I think you have to make me co-host.
The problem is if I allow you to share your screen, the YouTube stream is gonna disappear. Probably that's why.
So can I share the picture?
Yes,
I
you
won't
can
be able
share.
to explain.
Yeah, but not the screen, because then the YouTube stream is gonna turn off.
Just give me 1 minute. I will share this.
Okay, let's have a look on other markets. So this was the other 2 entries I posted into the Telegram group chat. This was just this afternoon, I think, around 12 o'clock or before 12 o'clock. So US 30 did push up a little bit, but even this effect was really muted compared to what I was expecting. But AUD USD, on the other hand, that was a really nice trade. So I had my buy limit activated last night and currently in profit of 36 pips.
Did you get the picture in the group, Thomas?
Yes, I can see. You entered on the 72 Fibonacci?
Yeah, I entered on the 70 because of the 72% retracement, and the extension leg of the bearish move was 100% completed there. So this was my entry at 1770. And if we go, and the line above, you can see this is the, I think, the order block which is still to be tested. So this is, I think, that going to be the minimum target at 1788 around.
1788.
What's your opinion about this?
Yeah, it is possible. I mean, anything is possible in trading. If we put the Fibonacci from the other high, it completely, perfectly lines up with 1788.2. So it is very much possible.
And there are multiple liquidity pools above with multiple double and triple tops also, I think.
It is possible. You know, if you profited from this trade, I'm more than happy, and you know, well done. It's great.
I entered on 1770 because of this double confirmation, and today's and triple top was there, so I was sure that it will be taken out. And there are still this order block above, so I think this $18 is minimum. It is going to be on the bullish side.
And what after 1788?
After that, if we go to the 4-hour, there is still a big order block at 1840, I think. No, this is 1850. This order block is still to be tested. So if they go up, I think they will test this order block at 4-hour.
So 1788, and then what's going to happen? Drop or continue to the upside?
No, I think they will take these highs out also if they are going up. This is around 1808 and 1815. These are the heights they will likely take out, and then above there is a clean road up to 1850.
Yeah, it is possible. My original bias was 1806, so I still have this line here. That price would come to retest, because if you look at the higher time frame, there is a big ass head and shoulder
Exactly.
right here. So left, head, right, but you know, then price suddenly started to push down so aggressively, and I thought that nothing would push back up to 1808, but it looks like that inflation will push it back to that area, and if it invalidates 1806, then I think no, I think 1806 should be the last resort. So if it goes any higher, that would invalidate that level.
Yeah, but in any case, I think I will wait till 1788 and then I will get out, waiting for another clean setup.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're already in good profit. It's 1770. You're already in 127 pips profit.
Yeah. So
it's well done.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
No, because I was bearish on gold today. So no cookie
every
for
day
me
we
tonight.
can have different opinions, but learning
Indeed,
comes
my friend.
from the boss.
Nah, indeed, my friend.
Thank you, Thomas, for your opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, apologies, guys. The price went way much higher than. Robin
But
saying fuck off.
I think if the news was good for gold, we should be in buy position.
Then go for a buy.
Yeah, now it's too late.
Well, you know, I made very clearly what is my opinion. I put my argument forward. And I always said that, you know, you should have your own plan. You know, you choose to follow me. Then I had, this is the 5th live stream, I had one bet trade, and everyone is now saying, you know, they always remember for the one bet thing, not the previous 4 goods.
It's fine. I think we respect your opinion and what you're saying and everything else. Myself, I've been sort of in and out a little bit, so I've made some, you know, several small profits rather than one large profit, but I haven't made any loss on it, so I'm fine. But I have been selling rather than buying. But I'm out at the moment, just to watching it.
Yeah, you know, one bet trade. This is the beauty of live streaming.
I guess it has taken us out, right?
Pardon?
I guess it has taken us out.
I don't really understand you, Benson.
What I mean is we are out of the trade. It hits the stop loss.
Yes, it hit my stop loss. I mean, you know, you can't always be right. I placed my analysis today purely on fundamentals, which was clearly wrong, but, you know, once you win, once you lose.
Thomas, I shared another picture. If in 1 hour
Okay.
time frame, if I think we'll go with the extension of the current retracement, then I think 1801 is going to be the minimum 1-to-1 target.
Whoa, gold is really pushing up.
What do you think? No, I just need opinion. I will.
No, I'm looking at the chart,
at
Khan.
17.
I'm looking at the chart, and gold is really pushing up.
I shared the picture in the group on
Okay.
Telegram also.
Yeah, I see a screen or picture.
So this is 1-to-1. Simple calculation is up to 1801.
Mm-hmm. Well, next week you're gonna have other opportunities.
Okay.
Okay, I think if you haven't already hit your stop loss, then maybe it's best to close down the position. You know, it could pull back down. I'm not entering into any other trades now because, I had my losing trades for today. But next week we're gonna have some more live trading. Hopefully it's gonna go better than this.
Thomas, still my position is I'm in the trade, sell trade. So
And what is your stop loss?
No, I'm just watching it. Actually, I put around 90. So.
Are you sold at 90?
Yeah. 17. Yeah. So it's coming down. So can I hold it now? It looks like it's coming down.
It's up to you. So I can't advise you what to do with your money.
Right.
Make sure you keep risk management in a nice way.
Right. Okay. I think it should come down.
Sell limit.
Yes, Charlie, probably I'm going to be streaming on FOMC press release. The only problem is that I'm not sure whether it's going to be live, because usually sometimes FOMC press release is really delayed or not streamed at all. I need to find the right source because I don't have the Bloomberg terminal anymore. Probably going to stream it, yes. I think it's the 14th and 15th of December. We know exactly what the Fed is going to say, but we don't know how much they're going to increase the tapering by, or whether they have any other tools or methods they want to throw into the game. Right. So gold was definitely stop loss hit today, but we had a few other trades. So AUD/USD was the other. This analysis was shared in the group. Yeah, it's nice, good profit. US 30, 2 positions. Its stock market doesn't react as much to the CPI news as I was expecting. But going back to gold, I think gold is going to trick many people today. It's probably the first ever live streaming when my analysis wasn't working out as expected. It's not a nice feeling, not a nice experience, especially when streaming for how many people? We have 160 people watching on YouTube and 47 on in the Zoom. So it's definitely a new experience for me to have my analysis go completely wrong. But I would be interested to see how it plays out. Is my analysis gonna be working out after it spiked up and closed out for my position, and then going to drop all the way to 1751, which is my original take profit target?
I think Thomas, your analysis is right, and I'm still holding the position, and hopefully it should hit the target which you have advised.
Yeah, I think the same. It's not wrong. I think this is forex market.
Yeah.
I think anything can happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen, actually.
I mean, so far we see a rejection. Whether this bump up was caused by purely the people who responded to the CPI, that CPI is big, we should go long on gold. Could this be just a temporary hysteria? Maybe, very well, or maybe not. Maybe I was completely wrong, and gold is going to continue higher to 1800s, but I'm still really biased to the downside. So my original take profit level would have been at 1751. I had the entry from here, and I was expecting price to drop all the way to 71. Could this be a fake out? Who knows? Usually that is the cost what people have to bear when you're trading live around high impact news. But even if it closed out from my position, if it hits 1751, I'm gonna go and have a pint in the pub, because that is gonna be a celebration for me that at least my bias was good, and you know, I don't have to throw away my economics degree to the bin. So that's gonna be a win for me if price dropped to 1751.
I went in from 70.89, Thomas. I put my stop loss in 70.51, I promise.
Sorry, you what?
I went in 17.89.
Wow.
I put my stop loss 71.51, I promise.
You mean your take profit?
Yeah, take profit, sorry.
Oh god, I hope it's gonna work out.
Let's hope.
Because I felt so, I was really, you know, when I was writing the memo this morning, let me show you. So I was writing the economics memo to all of the people who follow me on Telegram. I wrote this, you read the memo, I posted it into the analysis chat that, you know, I spent 20-30 minutes just typing it up, explaining my view in economics and why it should drop, and you know, what kind of issues and what kind of forces we have which are behind or above CPI inflation. And I'm really still very bearish on gold. So even if this works out well, and if it hits 1751, I'm going to open a champagne, even though I had a losing position because it closed me out from the stop loss.
I think at least we have to find 70.71 area.
Back to where it started. It's Khan's entry, so I don't think Khan would be happy if it drops to that level. Oh, Carl, are you still in the buy positions? Khan?
It's you're talking to me, Thomas?
Yes. Are you still in your buy position?
No, I got out, and now I'm waiting for a sell position because no, just a temporary scalp. Because if you look at 30-minute chart, there is the body of bullish candle is tested at 1790.
It has to be filled.
Yeah, so I think it will touch this order block, and I might take a short scalp from there.
Where is the order block?
30-minute.
Yeah, I'm on 30
last
minutes.
up candle body. The last up candle body is still to be tested.
Like this, here.
No, not here. At the above, from where you started your Fibonacci.
Oh, above here, it has to be tested.
Yeah.
So you think it's going to go higher?
To be tested. It's around 1790, so I may take a small short scalp.
But from current price level, it's much higher, and you're in a sell.
No, still an open option. I didn't enter my order. I just got out at 1888 for buy position.
Right, I see. Understood. Raul, if you look, it's just came below the daily pivot point. What's your translation of this?
Sorry?
No, I'm talking to you, Raul.
Okay.
Wait a second. You say it's under the daily. It is above the daily. Oh, you mean the support or resistance?
No, it's it's right massaging the pivot point.
My daily pivot point is about 70.78.
Oh, mine is oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was using the weekly.
Oh, but that can be a good sign also. Yes. I see. could
The
be
weekly
good
pivot
signs
looked
on
much nicer.
Oh,
Yeah, because it looks nicer because it just right massaging the weekly pivot. 1784.
I'm still thinking it's go down because RSI is in downtrend.
Hey, Christian.
Hey.
Christian.
I see it filled up some order blocks around 1784 and 1780. Those order blocks are filled now.
Yeah, I think it is a sell, a strong sell.
All my indicators say sell.
My fucking university degree told me it was a sell as well.
Even your TDI, I don't watch it that much.
I use it because it has the Bollinger Bands, and I really like the Bollinger Bands. And I really like your pivot points.
Yes. They respect it quite well.
Come on, it has to be a sell. Come on, at least just restore not my faith, but my ego that the price is gonna go to my analysis and hit my take profit at 1751.
Which one? If I look at the 30, the 1 and the 2 hours, we have an order block around 1677, 1763.
Do you use an order block indicator?
Yes.
Which one is it?
The institutional order block pressure.
The Ricky Simpson one.
I have to look, but I like that one. Rick Simpson, yes.
Oh shit, I put so many. I never used this one.
I have to say, quite precise. It's quite good in general. Running a nice clean profit, I say.
Fuck it, I'm gonna enter into another sell. I don't care.
I wish I had entered at 1789. It's a lot of profit.
Thomas, could you please repeat this indicator for order block?
I'm not using it. It's Raul's. It's the it's called the institutional order block pressure. But maybe Raul can explain it because I never used it. So
I put out everything, only the lines for the that mark the order blocks. The red lines, I make the lines red when it's order blocks to have to fill before a sell, and I can share later if you in another Zoom. I take out every triangle. I don't only use the lines for the order blocks that mark the order blocks.
Okay, so you deleted the triangles.
Yes, I deleted everything.
There are no vests. I'm actually busy talking with people here. Sorry, don't.
So Arslan in YouTube asking, Thomas, isn't this a revenge trade? Just asking for educational purposes. Well, after I said, fuck it, I'm gonna sell it. I'm not going to say, no, it's absolutely not a revenge trade. It's a bad thing to revenge trade. This was purely based on, educated guesses. So this isn't a revenge trade I posted just now. Absolutely not.
Do you guys still expect to go down further, Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Raul. You have to explain this because I never used this indicator before.
You don't think the 1745?
I try to be sure it doesn't help because I have to watch something quick because of work. So I always check it, but it gives you an indication where to look.
This looks like the recent crypto market charts when price is hovering around 0 and then suddenly there's a massive bump to the upside. And you know what followed after? Massive drop. I wish it would like this with gold.
Okay, Thomas, can you go back to the example you saw earlier?
To the 5 minute.
Yeah.
What we're looking for?
Cup. It's cup. Handle and cup. Cup and handle.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a really deformated cup and handle because cup and handle usually looks something like this.
Yeah.
And not something like this.
You use the order block indicator. I use it to see where they are, but I only use the bodies of the candle for myself.
I never used this order block indicator before.
Right.
I like your pivot strategy. It suits better to my style.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, someone on YouTube just wrote that I'm full margin on sell. Oh my god.
Especially the smaller time frames, you see that the order blocks are filled all the time.
So Samuel Masila in YouTube. Thomas, trade to 1751 or taking support at 1760? I mean, no, it's not going to drop straight away to 1751. It you know, I wish it would, but you know, never know in forex market. Oh, fucking Dan again here. He's a moron. Fucking idiot. Yeah, this was the guy, this Dan guy, who was, when I posted my full fundamental and economic analysis, he started to talk shit. I mean, he couldn't put forward a straight argument or reasoning about why he's not agreeing. He was just like, no, this is shit. That's what he said. So, you know, unfortunately, stupid people and simple people, they always give an impulse and angry answer against something that they don't understand, which is knowledge. The same as when you're playing chess with the pigeon. They shit on the table, they make a mess, and then they jump like they were right. There's no point arguing with them.
Thomas, I'm not sure if I'm right, but like with the NFP last week, it seems to me that the market's taking a lot longer to digest information. I mean, the major players, I think, rather than the impulse moves.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason for this is because we have elevated uncertainty in the market. On one hand, we nearing to year end, and nobody wants to mess up their P&L. So all the big players, you know, trading desks, if they made profit for the year, they're not going to risk in the last 2 weeks of the year, because they have a bonus to win, a bonus to get for their family. So what they do, they're playing safe, they're not going to risk anything crazy. But now they're going to reallocate the portfolio next year, and they're going to take risky positions because they're going to have fresh capital, more money to allocate in the market. And on the other hand, because we have elevated uncertainty, you know, we still have the bottleneck supply chains. Oh, fuck off, Dan. You know, we have elevated supply chain issues, we have COVID related issues. We don't know what's the monetary response going to be against you know, the elevated inflation, how much they're going to reduce the tapering by. So there's so many uncertainty in the market.
But is it also a factor that maybe that, you know, they see data like this and they know the market, the you know, non-economic thinking market, shall we say, will look at it, say bullish, and then they look for more of a discounted entry later after it's settled a little bit.
Yeah.
Only my fault, so I don't really know.
Right. I think I'm gonna end the stream. There's no point continuing, because price looks like it just stuck up at the current price level at 1784. I still have my bearish bias. We had one stop loss hit today. I still have my bearish bias, and I strongly believe that price should drop all the way to 1751 for various reasons, which I posted into my Telegram chat. Next week we're gonna do another live stream, probably on Tuesday. So let's see if we have any, what kind of news we have on Tuesday. Next week, okay, Monday is gonna be really muted, apart from Japan. Tuesday we're going to have PPI. Now PPI is definitely a much easier data release to trade. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do another live stream Tuesday, which is 14th of December. And we're going to have some market moving news on 14th and 15th of December. 15th of December we have interest rate projection, and also we have the FOMC press conference. So we are going to live stream the FOMC meeting. I don't think I'm going to take any positions around this news event, because we don't have a clear live feed to the FOMC press conference. So usually Bloomberg, maybe they do stream it, I don't know. But what you have to remember, we're going to do live stream on Tuesday at the usual afternoon time to trade the PPI, and then we're going to have a live stream on Wednesday all the way from afternoon and maybe till the evening, so I don't want to do 6 to 7 hours of live streaming, but we'll see. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining, people in the Zoom and people on YouTube.
Thank you, Thomas. Bye now.
Thank you,
Thank
Thomas.
you.
Okay.
Thanks, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas.
Have a good one, guys. Have a relaxing weekend. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
And you.
Ciao.
Okay, so the Zoom is finished now. People on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. Things didn't go as well in the live stream as I wanted to, because I was really bearish on gold. But you know, that's the reality of live trading. So you cannot have every single trade win. I mean, you know, this happens not all the time, but it could have sometimes. We had 4 live streamings on YouTube. Everyone was a win. All of them was a win. Now we had a loss. You know, throw shit at me, but this is reality of live trading. Lost 1% on the account, so that's not a problem. See you next week, guys. Bye bye.